What time are we at, Christine?
We are at 7:39, Dan.
Exactly. I think that means it's time to go to speak to Uncle Ross King in La La Land, who's been hanging out with the incredible Lady Gaga, haven't you?
I have, but from now on I'd like to be referred to as Lord Huey Hammy Holehouse, if you don't mind.
What? Say that again, Lord, what?
Huey Hammy Holehouse.
All right.
I love that. We are, of course, talking about the royal wedding guest name generator that we've been doing all morning. We'll do it a bit in a second, but that's brilliant.
Your street was called Whole House.
Yeah, Holehouse Drive, yeah, in Glasgow.
Nice.
Oh,
classy.
fantastic.
Sounds classy, that house.
Yeah. Anyway, Lady Gaga, Ross.
Absolutely, something much more important and something that we've all been looking forward to. I have to say, I was looking forward to this interview so much. I'd never met her before. She doesn't give a heck of a lot of interviews. The first time ever she allowed anyone on the set of her video as well. It was so top secret. I enjoyed every single moment of it. There's a couple of stories I'll tell you from behind the scenes as well. But now, enjoy, quite simply, the #1 pop star in the world at the moment, Lady Gaga. She's got over 9 million followers on Twitter. She's had over 1 billion downloads on YouTube. And as for the music sales, gajillions. Who am I talking about? Can only be one person. And we're here on the set of a brand new video, Lady Gaga. Thank you so much for having us on the set.
Thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure. I love the fact that you say that your life is a performance piece.
It is. Or rather, I live halfway between reality and fantasy at all times.
Because also, I love the fact as well that you say, you know, there's not two separate people. You know, there's not Stephanie and there's Gaga. It's just, it's all you.
Really just there's no separation between the two, and it's more just like a nickname for me now, Gaga. And when I'm good, my mom calls me Stephanie, and when I'm bad, my mom goes, "Come on, Lady Gaga." It's really funny.
Does she do that often?
No, I'm good, girl.
Well, on the set of Judas, and you've already tweeted and said, just one of the greatest for you.
No, it is the greatest.
Oh, really?
It is the greatest.
I've got to say as well, congratulations. Elton John, I presume you know, was on TV saying you're godmother to baby Zachary.
Zachary is a beautiful, beautiful boy, and I feel very honored to be invited into their family. Looking
away ahead to the future, you know, kids of your own at some point, it would be great to show them the videos, won't it?
Yeah, well, at some point, well, I'm sure they'll watch them for themselves.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll do their research.
Talking about your dad, and I know it's been mentioned before, but I do love this thing about you, sort of being, him saying, I want you to be at least half normal.
Yes. Half lady, half Gaga.
And that involves, it's like the tattoo's just down one side.
No, he just really casually requested one day. I was talking about getting a tattoo, and he goes, "Get it on the left. Don't touch the right side."
Sometimes you've said that you know, when you were a child, there was this feeling of being a loser. Is that where the drive comes from?
Initially, the drive just came from me really wanting to be a star. But now, I have fans.
In terms of the fashion, I mean, again, the inspirations?
A lot of my style is based on mixing vintage designer fashion with couture and street fashion. Like, it's really just all about being yourself. And I don't feel comfortable dressing any other way than I do.
And all the fans in the UK at the moment are very, very happy, looking forward to seeing you.
Well, can I say something to all them?
Please.
I'm really looking forward to sharing all of this new music with you. I love you.
She's amazing, talented, bonkers, all of the above. You've spoken to so many big stars over there in LA, Ross. So where does she rate for you with regards to like interviews and aura?
Yeah, very interesting. Actually, there's more of the interview to come up with Lorraine a little bit later on. We hung around for hours, I've got to be honest, waiting to do this interview, but it was worth every minute of it. I've got to say, I was you know, full of intrepidation before she came in. I was thinking, what is she going to be like? And of course, she comes in. She's got a posse with her as well, you know, managers, the record label, the hairstylist, the wardrobe. She came in, and she could not have been nicer and more normal. She came in, shook hands with, you know, Dan, our cameraman, with Steve, our producer, came over to me, gave him a big hug, sat down, was so nice, so normal, so sharp, so focused, and you could tell right away exactly why she is such a huge star. And I've got to say, I was so pleasantly surprised. I mean, I've been a big fan of the music, but I have to say now I'm a big fan of the woman herself. She was so absolutely normal and not at all bonkers. She knows exactly what she's doing. Brilliant.
Brave as well to get close to Dan and Steve, who I've met in LA.
No, really?
Yeah, Ross's little crew there. Send my love. Ross, thanks very much indeed.
Thanks so much, Ross.
Right, still to come between now and 9:25. Why is Lady Gaga feeling the pressure? Ross King has been talking to the Queen of Pop, and we'll be finding out all about that in about 10 minutes' time. Our Ross King, he gets to talk to them all, doesn't he? He was very excited about this, though. Here's Ross meeting Lady Gaga.
Oh, it's a little bit special this morning. We are behind the scenes on a brand new music video. Who's it for? Well, what can I tell you? She's a musical phenomenon. She's a fashion icon. She is an inspiration to millions of fans. The song's called Judas, and she is Lady Gaga.
The song, Judas, is me talking about my faith to myself. And I am struggling between my virtue and my demons throughout the song. The message of faith in the video is so powerful and so beautiful, and I think that the video will be one of the most, I didn't know that about her, things that have ever happened.
Now, the album itself, I mean, I've been very lucky to have heard 2 or 3 of the tracks, and it's terrific. And the wonderful thing is, it's different, but it's still Gaga. There's a track on there as well for your recently departed granddad as well, and that
Yeah.
must be a very special one.
It is very special. That is a pop masterpiece, that song. I mean, they do. My parents, my mom and my dad come out quite a bit when they can. I have a really, really wonderful family. My sister is in college now in New York, which is great because I'm from New York, my family lives there. So we're all really close together, very supportive.
Is there this sort of pressure that you've almost got to out-Gaga yourself?
I do feel some sort of, I guess, pressure, or rather a obligation to outdo myself for my fans.
Now, this incredible drive that I see from you, from your performance and from your interviews as well, and I know that sometimes you've said that you know, when you were a child, there was this feeling of being a loser. Is that where the drive comes from?
The drive just came from me really wanting to be a star, and me really believing that it is my destiny, and knowing even today that it's my destiny to be a performance artist and to be a musician and a songwriter and to perform for people every night.
There was never any thoughts that it wouldn't happen then?
No, and I'm not sure why, and it terrifies me in retrospect, but no, there was never any doubt in my mind.
She's a performer, that's for sure. Lady Gaga, thank you, Rose.